Hey everybody, it's Sally, and welcome to the 4th of July version of Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. It'll pretty much be the same as every other Monday, but it is the 4th of July, and I do want to say, go. I celebrated my independence from morbid obesity this morning by buying my tickets to the Weight Loss Surgery Foundation meet and greet for 2012. That's what I decided I would do for myself today. That gives me plenty of time to be saving up for it, and you only charge for your one hotel night and your ticket. So, anyway, I commend you all to think about it. I wanted to say, here's the question. Wordy, wordy question as usual from that crazy woman they have on Mondays who does these things. Okay, this question I was on a roll with was adventures in eating. Tell us some of the foods that you have incorporated into your post weight loss surgery life that you didn't or never have tried before. You wouldn't have touched or wouldn't have tried before. And what are my absolute favorite go-tos? Okay, that's the first part of the question. We'll start with that one. Well, you obviously know what my go-tos are. I eat lentils every day, and if it's not a lentil, I'm trying to broaden my perspective, folks, and get out there a little bit, change up my nutrition. And I have bought one of every kind of bag of dal, D-A-L, or pulse, as they're called, or legume, or whatever they're called in those bags. You know, if it's not a bean, it's another shaped thing, and that's what I'm trying to eat. Not that I don't eat beans too, but I really love the lentils, all those kind of things like that. So that's what I eat that I never would have eaten before. I never in a million years would have thought to eat stuff like that. But boy, is it delicious because, like you know, as I have said, you can take it and make it into any kind of flavor profile you like. And then it's very satisfying nutritionally. It's very satisfying protein. It satiates my stomach. I'm not hungry, much like solid protein does. I got on that route, y'all know, because in the early days I had a hard time with protein, animal flesh protein. And I fell into this one day watching Artie Party, who was on the Food Network, who does Indian cooking, and she started to introduce those kinds of things to me. And I've been a fan ever since, and I cook all kinds of things with spicy, spicy Indian flavors of all across the spectrum, kind of over into Moroccan flavors. So, you know, any of that stuff washes, even Mexican flavors, they work with beans, they work with lentils. Um, my go-to foods are I eat lentils every day or something like that. I eat Greek yogurt every day. I eat Greek yogurt with a little splash of flavor. I eat Greek yogurt with fruit. I eat Greek yogurt as a topping on my lentils. It is the go-to perfect creamy based protein food. Now I take and my newest thing that I'm really into is I'm making smoothies. I'm taking, you know, mangoes or cantaloupe or whatever, and either freeze it in the freezer, throw it in the food processor, or my little bullet with some almond milk or a little Greek yogurt, a touch of sweet, or a touch of Torani syrup, and boom, you got the most delicious thing. I don't need ice cream anymore. I don't miss ice cream anymore. It's like a soft serve, delicious ice cream, and then you can also freeze them. So I have my own little pops, my little yogurt fruit pops. Um, what else do I eat? I've just discovered something I've been looking for years, and it's jicama. In California, I'll eat jicama all the time. It's a big old, it's called a Mexican turnip. It's a big old brown thing. You peel it off, but it is as crisp, just a touch of sweet. It's so much water. It's it's low in calories. It's full of crunch. The flavor is kind of neutral. You could do anything to it. You can marinate it. You can use it as a chip. I mean, the things are this big. So you just peel it and do little thin wafer things. So anyway, that's something new to me. Jicama is going to be my go-to for the week because I'm making a big pot of it to have as a salad, as a side for everything. It's very satisfying. I think I'll put a recipe on my channel for that. Um, so there you go. I eat things I never would have eaten when I started this. I wouldn't have known those things even existed. I don't do a lot of protein shakes anymore. I do go to my protein bars for a run into the gym if I'm in a hurry and don't have time to eat. Um, so that's pretty much what I do. And I'd say if you're new and you don't cook, you need to learn to cook. And you need to learn to cook from scratch. Think of the money you'll save and the better nutrition you'll put in your body if you don't just go to a casserole and says, oh, it needs a can of cream of mushroom soup in it or a can of cream of chicken soup in it. There's things you can do yourself. If it needs a white sauce, that's basically what those are. Make your own white sauce. Better to use a tab of butter and a spoonful of flour than all the chemicals that they've put into that condensed soup. Try to, if you're going to learn to cook healthy. Um, you don't have to do everything organic, but when you go to the grocery store, walk around the periphery of the grocery store. Don't buy anything in the center of the store unless you absolutely have to. Don't buy anything that's got more than 5 ingredients on the box. Don't buy anything that your great grandmother wouldn't recognize as a real food product. Do you know how many created food products we have in our stores that are not really food? There's no food in them, really. Not just something they've dehydrated and made into something, but chemicals, totally chemicals. Be aware of what you're putting in your body. You're going to get thin. You want to be healthy and thin. You don't want to be thin and weakly and puny and unhealthy. You want to be fit and strong and live many, many good years. So, educate yourself at the store. Know what you're talking about. And to do that, you could do things like look at magazines. I've bought an Eating Well magazine, um, Clean Eating magazine. But the ones I love the best, every store I go into, and I go in about 5 different grocery stores every week, are these free magazines. Just look for them over in the the fruit section, the vegetable section. Usually they're at an end cap somewhere on a little display stand. Okay, that's what I would say to a newbie. And don't be afraid to try new things because you know what? There are substitutions for everything now. I just made a recipe last week called faux cookie dough because if you want that little bit of sweet, but you want it to be basically sort of healthy and low in calories, you start with a can of garbanzo beans and you work from there. I have a recipe for that. Um, I will put some links underneath my thing. I also have started to make my own fruit smoothies with some Greek yogurt, some frozen fruit, throw some cantaloupe in the freezer, throw mango in the freezer, buy frozen mango in a bag, fry frozen, whatever. Throw it in your your little magic bullet with some yogurt and a little sweetener or a little Torani syrup or a little honey, and you're good to go. Um, Same thing with coffee, but we don't have to talk about our coffee drinks now. Um, but there's treats you can give yourself to help you get through if you're craving something that don't have to be the real deal that your body will learn to accept if you just will go there. Don't be afraid to go there. Yeah. Nobody's expecting you to change who you are overnight. This is a real process. I am not the person I was when I started to almost, well, it'll be 2 years in November. I am not the person. I was healthy. I ate healthful, generally healthily, but I wasn't eating like I eat now. I wasn't going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week out of pure desire, out of pure pleasure. You can be a whole new person and you don't even know. You can't even begin to picture who that whole new person can be until you get one foot in front of the other and start down the path. Be open to change, growing, journaling, um, being exposed to new things. Don't be afraid. Um, every week, go find a new vegetable at the farmer's market and try to find a recipe online to cook with it. Pick up a new bag of grains you've never bought, a new bag of seeds or beans, something you've never cooked with, and research that and make that your project for the week and see how much you like it. Some you'll like, some you won't. That's it for this week, folks. Be healthy, be strong. I am proof that weight loss surgery works. You be proof too. We'll see you next week. Bye.